Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so tonight we're gonna make slow cooker mashed potatoes. So, this is the kind of stuff you're gonna need. You'll need 4 ingredients. So the first thing you're gonna need is some butter. You're gonna need cream cheese, sour cream, and salt and pepper. So what we're gonna do is we're going to mash our potatoes. So we're gonna get up in here, and I've cooked this. So what I've done ahead of time was I cooked my potatoes ahead of time, and that way I wouldn't have to bore you guys.
We're getting ready to lay down.
With now we cook. This is 5.5. This is 5 pounds of potatoes. Okay, so you're gonna just mash it up until it looks like mashed potatoes. Now this process is gonna take us a little bit of time, so you can't rush the process. This is really hot. Okay, and then once I mash it, then I'll add the ingredients to the slow cooker. Okay, we're gonna mash this up really good. It takes a while because this is like 5 pounds of potatoes, but you can see that the potatoes look great. They're nice and cooked. They're tender. It's really hot, but you know what? This doesn't stop me though. Okay, now you want to mash it up really good. Okay, and you're gonna now. Now I will tell you guys this: your preference on how you like your potatoes. Some people like theirs chunky. Some people like theirs smooth. I personally like my potatoes nice and smooth because that's just how I was raised to eat my potatoes. We don't eat our potatoes chunky. But like I said, it's a preference thing. Whether you like your potatoes, like I said, some people like their potatoes chunky. Some people like them nice and smooth. Now I like my potatoes nice and smooth because I think it just, when you eat them, it's just better that way. So what I'll do is I'll kind of turn the slow cooker around so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm kind of mashing up my potatoes as we go along, and you can see that this looks great. Now, once I add all the ingredients in the slow cooker, then I'll show you what we're going to do next. This video, now I'm making this video the day before Thanksgiving. So this is why we had to cook our potatoes tonight, because Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and if I cook these tomorrow, then it's going to take a while. So we cook these tonight. Now this is basically what your potatoes should look like right now. Okay? Now, like I said, I cooked this on high for 4.5 hours. It's 11 now. It's really late, but you know what? This is fine. So you see the potatoes are nice and tender. They're nice and fully cooked through. They look beautiful. Okay, so now look at this. So now I'm going to keep mashing them up. And now what we're going to do, we're going to add the ingredients to our slow cooker. So I'm going to stop mashing for now. And this looks so good. I just want to I want to take a spoon and eat this, but we're not going to do that tonight because we're going to save this. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the ingredients to our crock pot, and then I'll show you the next step. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream to the slow cooker. This is going to be really good. Now you want to keep mashing because you want all the flavors to get into this mix. You want to really get into it, okay? Now, when you mash this up, I'm going to show you guys what you're looking for into the mashed potato topping. This is going to be so good. Now, this is a side dish. You can make this any way you like. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. If you guys don't like sour cream, don't put any in. If you don't like cream cheese, don't add any in. This is your preference. I'm going to add in some butter. I'm going to add in some cream cheese. And now is when we really gotta go to work. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mash this up, and then I'm gonna take a mixer and I'm gonna beat it until it looks like mashed potatoes. Now this butter is gonna melt in with the sour cream. It's so hot, it's so delicious, this looks great. Now you wanna mix this up really good. Get in there and mix it up. Okay, now what you want to make sure that this is all mixed in, because if I were to just take the mixer now and just mix it up, then it wouldn't really look good. So you want to take a few extra minutes, take your time, have some patience. This is all about having patience right now. You want to basically mash it until this looks like mashed potatoes. That's what we're doing. We're mashing it up until it looks like a great consistency of mashed potatoes. And it looks great. Now I will show you guys what your mashed potatoes should look like once I kind of take the mixer and mix it in. It's gonna be so good. Okay, so this is basically what your potatoes should look like right now. Now I know they look like they're a little kind of on the runny side, but that's just part of life. Now I'm mixing it up as I'm mashing because I'm trying to show you guys what you're looking for. Okay, this looks awesome. So as you can see, I mixed in all my ingredients. I mashed it up until it looks like mashed potatoes. This looks great. Now, last thing we're gonna do, because you gotta make this look like mashed potatoes. Oh, salt and pepper for seasoning. Mash this up, and then we're gonna move on to the last, final step. Okay, mix this in, mash it up if you need to, and then we're gonna move on to the last step because this is really, really simple. So the mashed potatoes look great. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. So now we can't take this out because it's really hot, but I'll show you what the Crock-Pot looks like. Because this is basically the most important part of this recipe, that you have to know what the potatoes need to look like. So if I take this out, right, this looks beautiful. I'm gonna take a beater and do that. Okay, so take this out. Now this Crock-Pot's really, really heavy. It's 5 pounds of potatoes, remember? 5 pounds of potatoes in here, look at that. That's what your potatoes should look like. It's all mashed up, they look great. Now, last thing. So what we're gonna do now, I've kind of showed you what they look like. You've seen them. Now, we're gonna get to the a little bit more like interesting part of the recipe. Okay, so the potatoes are all mashed up. I've done my job. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna try to get a little bit more sour cream in here. I'm trying to get that in there. Now this recipe is a very special recipe. Like I told you, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so we're gonna try to make this happen. Okay, now I am gonna kind of mix it in. And what I will do before we go to bed is I will try this because I'm gonna make sure it's good for everybody to eat tomorrow. I'm not gonna try right now, but once I get into the process. Okay, this looks perfect. So now here's what you're gonna do. Now, this looks great on its own, but you kind of got to do a little bit more babysitting. So now what we're going to do, now what we're going to do, we're going to move on to the next part. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of move on to the more interesting part. We're gonna take this mixture. We're gonna take this mixture and we're gonna mix it up until it looks like a mashed potato. So come in here, start mixing it up. You're gonna mix it up until it looks like mashed potatoes. Okay. Now this recipe I'm making especially for all of my classmates and my teachers, everybody at Goodwill too, needs to know how to make this recipe. This is my slow cooker cream cheese mashed potatoes. Okay, so what you want to do here, you want to go around your Crock-Pot, make sure it's all mixed in, and I will check the consistency as we go. Alright, I'm going to turn it off. But I just want to check the consistency of this to make sure it's getting in there. So let me check it. Alright, it looks good, but we're going to keep going. Alright, we're going to go again. Now, I'm going to show you guys what you're looking for in this potato top, in these mashed potatoes. you want to kind of make sure that you do not overcook the potatoes, okay? So what you want to do, you want to mix it up really good. Make sure it's all mixed in, just like normal, right? It's very hot at this point, so you want to kind of be careful with this smoke. You want to mix it in really good. I'm kind of going around. Now, if you guys do not have a mixture, then that's fine. You can do this with a potato masher. You can mash up your potatoes. If you don't have one of these, hold on, if you don't have this, hold on guys. If you don't have this, then you guys can just use a potato masher. Okay? Alright. Turn it back on. We're going back into mixing mode. So you want to basically mix it up as best as you can. You're trying to get all the ingredients to kind of get up in there. You want it to look like mashed potatoes, okay? Alright. So keep on mixing, and then when it looks good, then I'll show you. I'm going to turn up just a little bit. Alright, this looks great. So now, I want to show you guys what these look like. Okay. So that looks perfect. So now, and it's still really steamy, which is great. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys what they look like. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you guys what they look like now. Because now, very good. Because now I want to kind of show you guys what these should look like once they're nice and mixed in with the sour cream. And if you guys remember, we add cream cheese and we add salt and pepper, and they're going to be good. Okay. So you want to kind of shake it. You want to kind of get the mashed potatoes off the crock pot. Okay. This is basically, I'm going to give it one more mix just to see what it's doing. Because if I have to come in here and mix it again, I will. But they should be fine at this point. They should not need any more mixing. And they look perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to get... Okay. So now I'm going to get a spoon. I know this video is kind of long, but you know, you just got to make it work with what you got. Okay. I'm going to try to scrape this off the mixing chop, because now that was really easy. As you can see, the mashed potatoes look great. I told you guys I would try some, and I am going to try it because I want to make sure it's good. I just want to make sure. Now, I've made mashed potatoes before, but I've never made a video about them. So I figured I'd just make this recipe just to show you guys what you can do. Now, you guys, now what you can do to mashed potatoes, you could serve them any way you like. You could serve them to guests. You could serve them as a side dish, which is what we're going to do. You can serve them to a big crowd. Or if you're hosting like a party, you can do it that way too. If you're having a party or if you're having friends over, this would be a great thing to make in your slow cooker. Okay, so now, so I'm going to get rid of this, and carefully, without dropping it everywhere, I'm going to take my heaters off, so that way it can just sit. I'm going to get rid of this, okay, and now I want to show you guys, I'm going to just take a regular spoon, and I'm going to mix it in, because I want to kind of show you guys what they look like. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take the base out. It's still really hot. But I'm going to show you. So this is basically, okay, that's really hot. So I'm going to show you guys what they look like now. Now, if you guys remember before, they kind of looked like remember when I showed you guys before how they were whole potatoes, how they were not mashed yet? Well, check this out, guys. This is going to be so good. Okay, so take this out. Remember, it's 5 pounds of potatoes. So look, let's see if I can. So this is basically what your potatoes should look like after 4.5 hours cooking. Alright, so I'm going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. And if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, And I'll be back with another video. Bye. Vlog on. Peace out. Boom. Okay. Bye, guys.